It's Hump Day Wednesday, August 24th, 2022, your Day Weather Podcast, brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Cowboy State Daily has more original Wyoming news content than any other news outlet in the state. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com. Seasonably warm with thunder. Basically the same shtick we gave you yesterday. We're going to continue to have some thunderstorms pop up in some areas. I think Montana, northeastern areas of Wyoming, western South Dakota, the area that's going to be most active today. That's the area that was active yesterday. But there's going to be some thunderstorms popping up mainly over near the mountains and some of those plains areas I just mentioned. It's going to be warm, but not too hot for late August. August is warm, but relative to average compared to June and July, it's been trending a little closer to average. And that's what we'll do. We'll kind of take a look at summer temperatures so far across the United States, see who was the hottest, who's been the coolest so far, and compare that to where we were a year ago. Today's satellite imagery showing a couple of features. The feature we've all been watching all summer, the monsoon moisture flow, is on an axis that kind of is oriented northwest to southeast right here. Then we have another patch of moisture. This is an area of thunderstorms over South Dakota this morning. And we've got a low up here in eastern Washington that's just kind of spinning around. So it's a combination of dry air, pockets of moisture. This is pretty typical for late August. This is why we're getting areas of thunderstorms and other areas where there's not much going on. I'm going to step you through the next 3 days of where the thunderstorms are forecasted to be. That darker green area is where we may have some stronger thunderstorm activity stretching across Montana into northeastern Wyoming, into South Dakota, northern Nebraska there. We had some heavy rain in Niobrara County yesterday around that Lusk area and into the east central parts of Wyoming, especially around that Pine Ridge area of east central Wyoming and the northern panhandle of Nebraska. That could be kind of a breeding ground for thunderstorms with the combination of terrain, daytime heating, and available moisture. But that's where the thunderstorms are going to be today, the stronger ones in the dark green. This is the thunderstorm forecast for tomorrow. And then the thunderstorm forecast for Friday. For Friday, there's an enhanced risk again in that same general area for stronger thunderstorms again, garden variety thunderstorms elsewhere across the Intermountain West. High pressure remains over the Four Corners area. There's the low over eastern Washington, and that's just going to kind of spin around on its heels. But by the weekend, this is by Saturday afternoon, that low comes off the eastern areas of Washington, is replaced by another low into the Pacific Northwest here, and this will drift into the Midwest and Corn Belt, producing some showers and thunderstorms. The jet stream sagging a little bit further south means temperatures will be maybe just a hair cooler for the weekend, but still summer warm for this time of year. We're continuing to build storminess and colder weather up here in the northern latitudes. You can just see cooler colors now, especially the greens here, starting to show that the cold air is building up north. Rainfall. Now, this is through Saturday afternoon. This enhanced area of shower and thunderstorm activity here is quite likely with that low coming out of eastern Washington and kind of just meandering across the northern plains. This is the shower and thunderstorm activity still basically coming out of the monsoon moisture flow, then the heavier rains hugging the Gulf Coast. Still don't have any hurricanes or tropical storms yet. We're still keeping an eye on that. Now let's compare temperatures to where we've been and where we're going. This is as of yesterday through yesterday, temperatures compared to the 30-year average, the temperature anomaly. Anywhere you see yellow or orange, temperatures so far in the month of August have been above average. Blue, below average. White means right at average. And we can continue to see we still have this pocket of where the heat's really been centered this summer there. But notice Canada, the Pacific Northwest, and the Northern Rockies in particular right here has had a pretty warm August. After what has not been a hot summer in California so far, they've seen some warmer weather. And one reason for that, we've been talking about the high migrating back to the Pacific Northwest and the West Coast over the last few weeks before it migrates back, and that's what's bringing the heat. The Midwest, the Corn Belt, look at this area here. It's not been a hot August relative to average. Little pocket of heat here in the Northeast United States. Notice, though, Texas, well, there's actually parts of Texas that have been below average for the month of August so far after a very hot June and July. Now, if we were to go and look at the last 90 days, so go backwards from yesterday, 90 days, and this is the temperature anomaly, and essentially this is your summer temperature anomaly pattern. The heat centered in the central plains into the southern plains here. This is where it's just been excessively hot, although I think by the time we get done with August, we'll see some of this anomaly get eaten away there. But certainly Nebraska, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas have really, they've taken the brunt of the heat this summer. While the rest of the nation, there's really nothing extraordinary there. Arizona, the Four Corners area, a large part of Colorado has had near to below normal temperatures this summer season. And yep, you guessed it, because of the monsoon. You bring more clouds, you bring more rain, you're going to make it a little bit cooler. Compared to a year ago, now this is where we were exactly a year ago for the same 90-day period. Interesting that the summer of 2021 in the South, in the Southern Plains, was cooler than average. The heat last summer was really contained into these northern areas here. And this is kind of what it looks like now, doesn't it? There's some shades of what happened during the 90-day period last year to what's going on now. And as we go through the rest of August into early September, I do think we're going to see something like this into early September, especially for the Pacific Northwest, at least for the beginning of the month. While the southern part of the nation right here, I think you're done with the real large-scale heat for the summer season. As we go out into next week, we see the high really covering the southern part of the United States. We have another low moving into Idaho and western Wyoming. This is by next Monday night into next Tuesday of next week. We're going to have to see what happens with this. This is a big question mark. This is why we gave you a lot of question marks yesterday. The computer modeling is having a really difficult time in the northern latitudes right now with the changes going on. Either that storm is going to stay up there and just slowly head into Western Canada, or a piece of it will break off and head this way by late next week. We'll have to see. Stay tuned. Have yourself a great Wednesday. See you tomorrow.